Guess who's back home at the Brent's house? Yes, this is where I bum for free. Not for free. It's a lot of emotional turmoil that occurs here when I come home. But there's no money going to waste. So I can deal with a little bit of emotional damage just by being home. Anyways, so right now I'm eating oatmeal. And if you know me, I love me some oatmeal. When I say I love oatmeal, I do love me a bowl of oatmeal. Call me that Goldilocks bitch, because I be... Anyways, I kind of wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about, food. And just, like, food and, like my opinions. Like, I think I have, like, normal opinions of food. But to me, they seem a little weird because I don't, like, really verbalize it out loud. So, like, if I say it, it might be weird, but, like, in action, it might not be weird. Does that make sense? Okay, let me just elaborate with what I'm, like, thinking of. So, for me, as a person, I never diss on people's food. Like, whenever someone makes something for me, I never have anything bad to say because, one, they made it for me. Two, free food. You do not complain about fucking free food. Anything that comes for free, you have no place to complain about because it's fucking free. If you paid for it, if I paid $15 for a fucking steak, not steak, let me take that back. $15 steak is human meat. If I pay for like a $15, like, I don't know, like soup, and that shit tastes like fucking gas water, yeah, I'm gonna fucking complain because that's $15 in the fucking drain. Like, that's someone's, like, hourly wage. Like, that is insane, okay? But, like, if I got it for free, the gas water for free, right? The gas water soup for free, no complaints from me, dog, because that shit was free. And I always, like, find it, like, so weird when people, like, say it to the person's face. And it, like, I get it if you're, like, family, if you're, like, whatever, like, if you're close and, like, you know they can take that damage. But, like, if it was me personally, if my cousin said anything bad about my cooking, they can starve. They can surely starve because the one thing about me is I do not take criticism very well, especially when it comes to my food. When it comes to my art, I'm like, whatever, man. Like, that's just how it is, right? I can't control how it turns out. I mean, I can because I'm the artist, but, like, whatever. But when it comes to my cooking, that's the one thing I'm, like, super insecure about because I'm the only person that eats my food. But now that I'm living with, like, other people, they, like, kind of want to eat my food, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But, like, I'm like, it's not like I'm like I get angry at people wanting to eat my food. I just get nervous because I'm like, oh my god, what if they don't like the food I like? Like, what if my seasonings aren't right? Like, what if I made it too gross? Like, what if they like don't, like, throw up or something, you know? Like, it always freaks me out. What if I give them food poisoning or something like that? I give them, like, massive fucking diarrhea. They end up, like, dying because of my food. Like, I literally go to, like, the worst possible scenarios, and I'm like, so that's why I'm, like, super exclusive with the food that I cook. Like, for me, the food that I be making, oh my god, well, call the fucking police because this shit is so fucking good that I should be locked up. But if I was to serve my food that I made to someone else, I'm gonna be like, okay, let me preface this. I have to give them, like, a 10-page preface to ensure that, like, I have to make them sign a waiver, basically a waiver ensuring that, like, there's no liability on my part. You know, like, I cannot get sued. I cannot, like, well, if they sue me, they have nothing to take. Because honest to God, I had, like, $5 to my name, not even. Maybe a couple cents. So even if I did get sued, I would just die, you know? But, like, yeah, when it comes to, like, me, like, giving people my food, I get, like, super anxious because I'm like, oh man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, like, the food that I make, it's, for me, gourmet. For others, I'd rather have them just starve than eat my food. But the other day, I made some food for me, but then my cousin was in the kitchen. He's like, can I have some? And his friend was with him. And then, I don't know, this just irks me. Like, I don't know why it irks me, but, like, I don't even want to say it. Actually, I'm not going to say it because it makes me mad that I feel this way about this occurrence. Like, it makes me mad that I'm so, like, not pissed off. Like, it makes the inner Quinn mad that, like, outer Quinn is, like, mad about this, like, menial thing. It's something that, like, offends me, but, like, it's not to the point where I hate that person. It's just, like, it offends me because it makes me feel like shit. But basically, my cousin's friend didn't fucking finish the food, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, when I say that out loud, it's like, whatever. But like, when I internalize it, I'm like, oh my god, I fucking suck at cooking. I'm never cooking again. Like, I know that's so irrational. I know, like, she even told me beforehand that she wasn't even that hungry, so I totally get it. But at the same time, my brain just went to her, like, went to like me being like, oh shit, she didn't like the food. It tastes like shit. Like, she didn't fucking like it. I don't know why my brain works like that, but it does, and it irritates me so much because I know she didn't want to offend me. I know, and it shouldn't matter to me. But like at the time, this was literally yesterday. I don't know why I'm like staying like it's like a couple of weeks ago. It's literally like so fucking recent, but it didn't irritate me, but it put me in a bad mood. That's all I'll say. I locked myself in my room and listened to Chief Keef. I was not in a good mood, I'll tell you that much. But after a couple of minutes of listening to my boy, bounce right back. I am bouncing, bro. But yeah, and if somehow this video gets out and this individual hears about this, no hard feelings, dog. Like, honest to God, it be like that sometimes, and that was just me being irrational. I was having a PMS day, even though I haven't had my period for like almost 4 months. Okay, that was an exaggeration. That's 3 months. 3 months. And 1 month is quite a bit, but 3 months. But yeah, I was having one of those days, but right now I am doing A-okay. Literally yesterday, and I'm doing fine now. So, you know, it's variable. You know, like, a lot of things change, and like, people change. People grow. And I happen to grow within not even 24 hours. Yeah. But yeah, those are one of my things. Like, whenever I'm like given food by someone, I always feel obligated to like not finish it, but like eat it. You know, I always feel like I have to like indulge them, because obviously I know how much time goes into like cooking and how much money goes into it. And like, I know at the end of the day, it's not the cost I care about, because it's like, food is food, you know, like, you're gonna buy food fucking regardless. So it's like, it's not like I'm throwing fucking money down the drain if someone like throws away my food or whatever, okay? But like, for me, like, I grew up like poor. I know, surprising, right? I know. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I grew up like super poor. I like grew up in a family that had like, I literally lived in a house with like 5 other families. Yeah, 1 house, 5 families. Crazy shit, I know. But yeah, so I grew up with a lot of like food insecurities, and I guess it just kind of like instilled in me like this like fear that like, if I don't eat this now, like, I'm gonna regret it in the future, or like, I'm so lucky to, or like, I always feel lucky to have food, because it's like, there were times where I didn't have any fucking food, dude, and that shit sucked. So whenever I do have the opportunity to like eat someone's food, I'm like, oh man, like, thank you so much, bro. Like, you are a blessing on this earth. Like, you deserve to go to heaven just for giving me this piece of pepperoni. Like, you and the pearly gates are gonna meet very soon. Not because I'm gonna kill them, but high hopes is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But yeah. I like, I've never had like a negative reaction to anyone's cooking, other than it's if it's an ingredient itself that I don't like I hate bitter melon by itself, and there's no way someone can make bitter melon like appetizing to me. I've tried it in so many different forms: stir fried, soup, raw, and I do not like any of it. I like it's visceral for me. Like, I hate bitter things. Like, it's one of the food groups that I like avoid. I like every other ones, like umami, salty, sugar, sweet. Mommy likes that. Sour, mommy loves sour. But like, when it comes to bitter, bro, you better keep that away from me. Keep that away from me. The only bitter foods that I can tolerate is none. Because I don't let I don't eat bitter foods because I don't fucking like it. And that's not because of the chef's fault. They didn't genetically modify the fucking bitter melon to taste like shit. So I don't put blame onto them for not being able to make bitter melon appetizing to me. But like, maybe someone else who likes bitter melon likes that shit, you know? So it's probably good to them. But for me, bitter melon is just not the fucking move, okay? But like, otherwise, I am like, you can literally just put like a plate of like just random assortments of food and like just tell me that it's like dog shit, and I would still fucking eat it if it smelled good. Like, I'm not a picky person. Like, I've never been a picky person when it comes to food, because it's like, it's fucking food. Like it like blows my mind when people are like super, like, I get if it's like a disorder thing, like if you have like a thing that makes you like aversive to foods, to certain foods. Because like for me, when I was vegetarian, I was so anxious about eating meat, but like now I'm like gobbling down steaks like it's nobody's business. But that's another story. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. What was the topic at hand? Food, yes. Yeah. So I've never been like super picky with food. Like I'll like, honest to God, you can literally just blindfold me and feed me anything. I'm up to it, dude. Um but like it always just like it, when I say irritates, it doesn't reflect on the individual. It just irritates me like as like the concept of it, of like wasting food. Like I get it that like, like sometimes you get food and you can't finish it, and it's like, you're not going to eat it in the future, so you're just going to save yourself the time and just throw it away. But like when people like literally take one bite out of their fucking meal and be like, I fucking hate this shit, and just throw it away, like it blows my mind. Like I know that's like food is whatever, right? But at the same time, it's it just blows my mind. Like it just blows my mind. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't hate the person for doing that, but just the thought, the concept, the just the concept of it just blows my mind, because I'm like, that is crazy. Like give it to me. Give it to me, because that is going to be mine. If you don't want it, of course. I'm definitely like a trash can of sorts. I'll eat leftovers like it's nobody's business. Like whenever my cousin like has leftover food, I'm like, mommy will take care of that. That is going down in here. Little Miss Dumpster. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm not like that. Um, that's one of my weird food quirks, but I don't think it's weird. A lot of people are like that. Like I think mostly like I I think I kind of picked it up from like my parents, because my parents like made me like finish my food all the time. Oh my god! I remember when I was younger, like I could not tolerate spicy food. Like I like the like I can do like hot Cheetos every now and then, but like I'm still not very like open. I mean, I eat kimchi quite a bit, but I don't know. It's like a different type of spice because it's offset by like the fermentation, so it's different. But like when it's just like spice, like just like you know. But yeah, when I was younger, I couldn't like handle spice, so like I used to have like a babysitter, and the babysitter would used to like sit me down in front of this like bowl like spicy ass fucking like soup, and was like, you have to finish this or else you can't go play with your cousins. And that shit used to piss me off so bad, and I would like cry while eating it because I didn't want to eat it so bad, but like I wanted to go play with my cousins. So I would like scarf that shit down, and my tongue would be burning for like hours. What felt like hours, but it's probably just a couple minutes. I was just really dramatic as a kid, and I still am. I'm kind of like a, yeah, my mom likes to call me like Miss Theatrics in Vietnamese, which is dramatic, but I don't know how to say it. But I know the word, I just don't know how to say it. But yeah, so that's probably where it came from. It's just like you have to finish it. But then again, I'm looking back at it, it's like, yeah, that's probably a smart thing to do, because like, I mean, you gotta feed your fucking kids, bro. Like the kids, they're probably like starve themselves to death if like. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Yeah, and like I said, it's not like this is like not me like putting it out there, but like, oh, this is the immoral thing to do. Like if you do this, you're a bad person, because I don't really give a fuck about what you do, because it doesn't affect me. It just, the concept of it just makes me like sad, I guess. I don't know. It just makes me like want to like burst into tears, but it's like angry tears. So I guess it would make me like angry. I don't know. I don't really know much about emotions, but yeah. And like what the fuck was I about to say? Yeah, and like when it comes to like criticizing people's food, like I never really understood that. Like if they ask for it, whatever, right? If they're like, "Oh, how does it taste?" and like they're genuinely like wanting to like ask like what they should change about it, whatever the fuck, like yeah. But like if it's just like unprovoked, keep your fucking mouth shut and just eat the fucking food. Like you do not need to say all of that. That is so disrespectful. And like I've seen it happen like so many times. And I just take quiet and just keep on munching on the fucking food, because what am I supposed to say? Like, shut the fuck up, bitch, across the fucking dinner table? Like that is one way to ruin a Thanksgiving dinner that I'm not willing to take. Like my mom the other day was like, "Oh, this meat was so dry." And I'm like, just put some sauce on it. Like with the, like there's so many ways to amend the issue of a dry meat. Put a fucking sauce on it or something, bro. Or like fucking eat soup with it. Like something. Like it's, I don't know. It just pisses me off when like people complain about like the fucking smallest things. It's like, keep your fucking mind open, bro. Like you literally, I don't know. It just makes me like so mad. Like I know like this is coming from like a super privileged position now as someone who is middle class, but like I just keep on like remembering like the times when I didn't have food and stuff like that, and when we were like super, like we were struggling fucking hard as shit, and like my like what I would think if that, like if past me were to hear that shit, like she would feel so fucking like shitty, you know. And like I like, and like food insecurity is like a really big thing in the world. Like it's a big fucking deal, dude. And I little tooted because I eat a lot of dairy as of late. The fuck is that about to say? But yeah, food insecurity is like a super big thing in this world, especially with like when the pandemic was happening and like since like prices are rising. Like food is a really big issue for a lot of people, and food is what like basically runs our entire like humanity, bro. Like if people weren't eating, well shit, bro. Well, no shit, because they won't be shitting because there's no food going down. But yeah, like our lives revolve around food. Like socializing pretty much is just going out to eat, or like going out for a coffee, or like going out to restaurants to try. Like a lot of people consider themselves foodies, and like food is a big part of our lives, and it's like it's just is, bro. And I'm just like, oh my god. But anyways, don't take this as me like dicking on you guys for like, you know, but like throwing away food. Like I understand, like obviously you can do that shit. Like I'm not gonna sit here and fucking like high throne and say like I've never thrown out food before. I have thrown away like food that I've made that tastes like shit. And like it makes me feel guilty. Like I feel so guilty like when I throw away like food that I've like made, because it's like I'm wasting money, but at the same time it's not like I'm gonna eat it anyway, so it's gonna rot in the fucking fridge, you know. So but like, you know, you make mistakes and you learn, and that mistake was a tikka masala that I made, and that shit was so salty that it literally like almost like dehydrated me just from one bite. That's how salty that shit was. That's why you gotta taste your shit when you cook. But I'm a little bit better at making tikka masala now, but not too great. I don't make it often because it like the smell lingers in the house, and it lingers on you for like a couple of days, and it's not a smell that I would want to have on myself personally. But like if you like the smell of tikka masala on you, then go straight ahead because it's a good smell, but just not on a daily occurrence for me. I like smelling like, I don't know, soy sauce or nook mum. And I just be like, oh, what scent is that? It's just like, oh, nook mum. Oh my god, this gag thinking about that. Like I like nook mum, but goddamn, is that shit pungent. Anyways, back to I'm just cracking myself up right now. But yeah, just some thoughts. I'm like trying to think of like other weird like food things that I do, or like have. For me, I always like feel the need to like eat things in sections. Like this has been pointed out to me by like so many people, and it's honest to God like not pissing me off. Like I don't know why my brain keeps on going back to the word pissing me off, because it doesn't make me angry. It just makes me like be like, oh shit, I guess it's kind of weird, but that's not me being pissed off. But I don't know why I keep on gravitating towards the word pissed off. But yeah, people have been pointing out that like I eat like very like organized. Like I will focus on one thing at a time, and like I won't gravitate towards that. Like if I get my fries, I'm gonna finish my fries before eating what else comes, you know, even if my food does get cold. And like I do that so much. Like I do that with like everything I eat, and it's like I like I don't know why, but my brain is just like, you have to finish this before moving on to the other ones, because if you leave this, then you're never coming back to it. I think that's how my brain works. Oh, or maybe it's usually either or, but like usually it's like me being like so hyper focused on the thing that's in front of me that like I like forget that I've ordered other things. Like I do this so much. Like I'll order like an appetizer and I'll just eat the appetizer and then I'll literally forget that I've ordered like a main course and I'll be like, what the fuck's that? And then I'm like, oh shit, I ordered that too. Fuck. And then I don't end up eating that. And then all my friends are like, bro, like why the fuck aren't you fucking eating your food, bro? Like blah blah blah. And I'm like, but I end up eating it anyways. And like another thing about me is I'm like I eat a lot, but like I'm a really slow eater. So I'll like munch on like food for like 2 to 3 hours. Like like that's my feeding time. Like from like 2 to 3 hours, like I'm munching down on food, like slowly, like very slowly, like slow increments. But like I'm getting like a full meal out of it. So yeah, I do that quite a bit too, pointed out by a lot of people. Weird shit. Yeah. I think that's like pretty much all of my like really strong food opinions. I don't really have a lot. Like I said, I'm a really like open person to like different foods. Like I'll literally eat anything. Like I think at like Dairy Queen, like my like coworkers would always make these weird fucking combinations. And let me tell you, I was a I was gobbling that shit down while on clock, while on shift, and I was getting paid for it. But yeah. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's like it's good to have fun with food and just enjoy it as it is, and just not make it too big of a deal, and like just see it as something fun to have. Because like whenever I bake, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so fun to fucking eat, and it usually is. I think that's all I have to say. As I said, don't feel guilty about like throwing away food that you don't like to eat. It's just the principle of it that pisses me off. But like if you do it, it doesn't really like affect your character. It just is the principle of it. Like it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just the act of it is bad, but it doesn't transfer onto you. Two things can be right, wrong. What's that saying? I don't really know. Two things can be right. Two things can be wrong. I don't know. It's something, but I'm not sure what it is. But yeah. And this is not like pointed to like people who obviously have like selective eating habits. This is to like the general public, whatever the general public is. People who are able to like stomach food but just choose not to. Like I get if your brain, there's something in your little brain and just being a little fuzzy and like being like chemically imbalanced, it makes you be like, ugh, broccoli. But like if it's just you and your brain being normal and choosing not to eat broccoli and throwing away a whole plate of it, like that is bonkers to me. Like food waste is one of those things that like pisses me off so fucking much. And I don't want to drill in this, but like with mukbangs, like that shit, especially with like people like Nikocado Avocado, where they waste so much fucking food. And I know it's not even good food, it's like fried food, but like at the same time, it's like what is the point of that? Like, what is the point of that? Like, I know it's for shock value, it's for entertainment. But, like, if you're going to entertain me, I want you rolling around in mud. I want you to, like, fist fight Barack Obama or something. Like, I don't give a fuck about, like, you, like, eating, like, 50 cheeseburgers all at once, Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I want you rolling around in fucking mud and fist fighting somebody. I just want to see you get down and dirty. Like, if I wanted to see something shocking, I would search up something shocking, like a fucking, like, Russian car accident. I'm not watching fucking Nikocado Avocado get them thrills. I'm watching him because I'm basically force-fed his content, because this man, if there's one thing about that man, is he knows how to get views. And that shit pisses me off, because he should not be getting views, but he's milking the algorithm, and that shit be pissing me the fuck off. And that's another thing that I'm passionate about. Fucking around with the fucking algorithm. Yeah, on Al Gore's fucking internet. It's fucking pissing me off. But I'm hearing a lot of things right now. A lot of things. Anyways, I was about to say something else. Yeah, like I get it with smaller mukbangs, because I don't know, I've been watching a lot of, when I be getting so fucking high at night, and I be getting tingles. I be getting tingles when I'm watching those mukbangs, and especially the crunchy fried stuff. Like, oh my god, bro. I remember the other day I was watching this one with this girl, and she bit into one of these like round cheese balls that was like fried. And when I tell you, bro, I felt the tingles. I've never felt tingles like that before, and when I felt it, man, oh my god, that was a rush I cannot get back. I still haven't felt that great ever since. It was a couple days ago, but still, like I like to feel happy every now and then, but I like to feel happy all the time. Anyways, but yeah, like just thinking about it makes a woman want to cry, makes a woman want to lay down and contemplate. At that point, I'm not even going to finish the fucking sentence, because if I can't even say the fucking word, then I it's not worthy of being put into the ether. Okay, like if I can't say contemplate. Like, why is that so fucking hard, Quinn? Pronunciate, bro. Like, what are you doing? I'm sorry. I need to like hire a speech pathologist or something to come work with me, because this shit is insane. Like I be like saying words and I'm like, that does not make any sense. Like, why are you saying that? But like it just comes out and I'm like, that's not what that word means. Like, why are you using it in that context? But it just slips out and I'm like, oh fuck. And like most of the time I'm too embarrassed to like take it back, so I'm like, we'll just roll with the punches. Yeah. Perks of English being your second language. And I'm not even good at fucking Vietnamese either, so I'm not good with both languages. Like, how the fuck am I communicating? At this point, I think the only language I cannot fuck up, like, verbally is Braille. Braille is a language. Yes. Braille American. Braille and sign language. I was going to say hand language, but I think that's a different type of... Oh! JK. I think that's all I have to say. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go back to my cold oatmeal. I've been talking to you guys for like 30 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah. Thank you. Damn.